This time on Eventbrite LLC TV, a gig in Central Florida. We coordinated a suite load-in location only a few hundred feet from the room. We built a custom shelf to transport the displays safely beneath the heavy stuff. Logistics is the name of this game. We carted everything through the staff kitchen to the event room. The first order of business is always to completely unload and find a permanent parking spot for the truck. Upon seeing the room, it was clear that it would need reconfiguring based on prior work with this client. It is absolutely critical that the room be properly configured before we lay and tape cables. We would get on a phone call and eventually a video call with the client to make the necessary adjustments, but until then, there is no time to sit idle. We unpack and build up every piece of equipment possible while we wait for a video call with the client to confirm how to rearrange the room. Cameras, speaker stands, microphones. Every minute counts, especially when things don't go according to plan. This particular client uses 16 tabletop microphones with user mute buttons. It's quite the adventure. Speaking of adventure, the fire alarms would go off twice during this 2-day event.
That's certainly unexpected. Never had a fire alarm go off in the middle of setup before.
It would also happen during break on the second day of the event. We never heard what was going on.
All right, so we just got off a video call with the client where we walked through the layout and confirmed where they want everything. So definitely the most critical part of setting up is knowing exactly where everything's gonna go. And so we were able to do a Teams call through the cell phone and walk through the room and really clarify exactly the layout. I already got the PA speakers up, so right now I'm about to get this TV unboxed and put up here on this stand.
After buying and returning a couple of TVs, I found one that is quite lightweight and mounts great to speaker stands. This is my second event with this client, so I know how they like their tables, and the video call confirmed it. Here we are getting it all ready for him.
All right, we're about ready to start taping down here. So we got the wide and the zoom, the live stream station, digital mixer, and wireless mics. We got XLR ready to go for the Florida station right there. Power and signal and HDMI ready to go for the client and their laptop. Here's our podium shot. PA system. Our podium mic right here. And that's me, because I'm dialed into Teams. Here's all of our microphones. Here's the cool part. There's me right there. Hey, can you hear me?
Hey, can you hear me?
And it came right out of the PA and the phone. We can unmute on the phone. Hello, hello. And I'm coming out of the room. That's a pretty cool end-to-end test.
We set up a second display in a breakout room for the client to have sidebar sessions. And just like that, everything's taped down and ready to go. The client hasn't even arrived yet. Because we were so efficient with our time, we were able to catch a rocket launch, an early dinner, and get well rested for 2 days of hybrid event work.
It's here and across the state, so thank you so much. We really do appreciate the update.
We would go on to have a very successful presentation from folks online on Teams and in the room. It was a great event.
Jared Bradford, who is, he and his wife, this is their company, they're veterans, and he's been doing some of the audio visual for us and just does a phenomenal job. And he was here before, he got here before we did yesterday and actually helped set up a lot of what's in here just on his own. So we're super thankful for that.
And just like that, day 1 is done. It's day 2, and we're going to send a video feed and audio from the mixer to the Florida channel. You can see my manual cameras here. They run these sweet pan-tilt zoom cameras that they can remote control. Also new for day 2, we added a video monitor out front so that the panelists could see the presentations. If you didn't recognize him, that is a Florida State Senator. Pretty wild. One of the cool things we would do for the live stream is a picture-in-picture of the person speaking on top of their material when it made sense. We were able to help these presenters raise funds for important matters around the state, and overall this was a highly successful event.